If we could go to different places to learn English using the magic of special effects, where would we go? Well, in this English lesson, you'll find out. If I wanted to teach you the word ferocious, which means violent and fierce, and we often use this word to describe wild animals, I would take you to see a lion. Lions are often described using the word ferocious. When a lion roars, it's terrifying. They are a ferocious animal. If I was out walking somewhere and I met a lion, and if it didn't see me and I saw it, I would slowly turn and go the other way. I would be terrified of the ferocious lion. So the word ferocious is a good word to use to describe lions. It means to be violent, to be fierce, and we often use it to describe wild animals. If I wanted to teach you the word graceful, which means showing grace or elegance, I would probably take you to see a giraffe. Whenever I see a giraffe, I think of the word graceful. When a giraffe moves with its long legs and its really long neck, it moves slowly and in a very graceful, slow way. They are really, really fun to watch. So if I wanted to teach you the word graceful, which means to move with grace and with elegance, I would take you to see a giraffe. Some days I just want to go somewhere peaceful. When we say something is peaceful, it means it's free from noise and other distractions. If I was to think of a peaceful place, I think of a park. A park is a very peaceful place to go. There's lots of nature. There's lots of space. There isn't a lot of noise. There's a lot of people walking and jogging, maybe just sitting on park benches enjoying themselves. So when I think of the word peaceful, when I think of a peaceful place, a place that's free of noise and disturbance and distractions, I think about a park. If I was to teach you the word relaxing, which means to reduce stress and anxiety, I would probably talk about travel. Many people, not all people, but many people find travel very relaxing. They like landing in a different country and exploring that country. They like being away from home for a little bit just to have a change of scenery. So if I was to describe the meaning of the word relaxing, which means to reduce stress and anxiety, I would certainly talk about travel. If I was to teach the word exhilarating, which means thrilling or to be extremely exciting, I would probably talk about going to the races. When you go to the races, it can be very exhilarating. When you see the motorcycles going around the track, or when you see the cars going around the track if you're at a car race, it can be very exhilarating. The sound of the engines, the competition, seeing your favorite person pull ahead. When you go to a race, it can definitely be very exhilarating. If I wanted to teach you the word dangerous, which means likely to cause harm or injury, I would probably take you to see a hippo, or the long version of the name, a hippopotamus. When I went to South Africa, I was told to watch out for hippos, that hippos were very, very dangerous, that hippos cause a lot of harm and cause injury. They are not a calm and peaceful animal. They're a little bit deceptive. They look quite calm, but they're actually very dangerous. In English, when we say something is awe-inspiring, we mean that it's very impressive or magnificent. It's just an amazing thing to look at. The best example I can think of would be a waterfall. Whenever I see a waterfall, I think it is awe-inspiring. I am in awe. I am just amazed as I watch all of the water crash over the edge and hit the rocks below. So if you are going to describe something as being awe-inspiring, as being very impressive or magnificent, a waterfall is a great example. If I was to teach you the word soothing, which means to have a calming effect, I would definitely take you to the beach. When I go to the beach, it's very, very soothing. I'm calm when I'm at the beach. I especially love the sound of the waves crashing into the shore. I love being close to the water. I like just laying on a towel and reading a book and relaxing. So if I needed to teach you the word soothing, I would definitely take you to the beach. It is probably the best example of a soothing place that I can think of. If I wanted to teach you the word playful, which means to enjoy playing and having fun, I would definitely show you a monkey. Whenever I see monkeys at the zoo, they're always playing. They are very, very playful. They play with each other, they chase each other, they play with sticks, they play with all of the things that are in their enclosure at the zoo. So definitely, if I was to teach you the word playful, which means to enjoy having fun or to enjoy playing, I would definitely take you to see a monkey. As many of you know, I do not like snakes. I find them to be very scary. If I was to teach you the word scary, I would use a snake as an example. When something is scary, it's frightening or it causes fear. And for me, snakes definitely do that. I'm really happy that this snake isn't actually here. I'm glad this is just a special effect. If this was a real snake, I would be running in the other direction as fast as possible. So if I was to teach you the word scary, which means to cause fear or to be frightening, I would definitely show you snakes. Well, thank you so much for watching this English lesson. I hope you learned a few new words you can use in your next English conversation. If this is your first time here, don't forget to click that red subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you want, you can visit my online store where you can find worksheets and other support materials for these lessons. And if you want to support me with the work I do teaching English here on YouTube, you can also become a member. Thanks for watching. Bye.